hear negative things about video games all the time, but could knowing that there are things that could benefit you from playing video games in this cyber world change your perspective? I looked into this article from Huffington Post, and they actually mentioned 9 ways we can benefit from playing video games. I'm not going to mention all of them, but it's worth looking into. The article had this part that said that video games could make you smarter, and British researchers found that certain video games, particularly strategic games such as StarCraft, can increase a player's brain flexibility, which the scientists described as a cornerstone of human intelligence. And these strategic games are like exciting puzzles that cause us to think through sticky situations and battle strategies. But they make them something we can enjoy. And one of my favorite video game series that's out is Assassin's Creed. And that's why I'm wearing this ridiculous looking jacket. I actually paid $270-something a while back for this because I was making more money than I needed. And I thought it would be like leather looking, but it ended up looking like a band jacket, just so you know. But Assassin's Creed, the company Ubisoft that makes it, they put it in different historical events, and they adding all these conspiracy theories, but they actually do all this research to make the game. And I actually figured out by looking into things that they actually take hours to go to these places and photograph and video like around the scenery of these places to get more information on what the scenery should look like in the game. And that they do a lot of historical research as well to try and make it as accurate as possible, aside from the conspiracies they put in. But in the first game, you would go through. You start out as this character named Desmond, and your modern character in the modern world would go in this thing called the Animus, and it would access your ancestors' memories. And the ancestors' memories would bring you back to different time periods where the Assassins and the Templars have this ongoing war. And they were fighting over this artifact called the Apple of Eden. And this is where it puts in like all these conspiracies. And the first one also took place in the Crusade. The assassin you are is Altair Ibn Lahad. It's kind of a weird name. I had to look up pronunciations for that one. But this artifact could be the difference in wavering the war towards the Templars or the Assassins, because they're still in this war in the modern times, and they're trying to uncover information about that. And the whole point of going through this is to find this artifact. But you go through all these historical places and historical events that happen. In the first one, you actually go to Jerusalem. That was kind of interesting. But they've tried to get more historically accurate through the other games. And the second game took place in the Renaissance period. You're Ezio Auditore, and one of your best friends is actually Michelangelo and everything. And no, it was Leonardo da Vinci. That was it. Not the other Ninja Turtle. So he actually makes most of your inventions that you use to fight against the Templars. And in the third Assassin's Creed, you play as Connor Kenway. He's a Indian that has grew up in this Indian village a little far off from Boston, Boston, New York. And so he actually goes to this village. He's living in this village, and he has these people from the American Revolution, soldiers, come in and burn his house down. And he actually goes to New York and tries to fight the people that burned down his house. And he ends up helping with George Washington and George Washington's like his best friend at the time, and he's helping George Washington fight all these wars. And then he ends up getting really mad at George Washington because he figures out that George Washington was part of the group that actually helped burn down his Indian village. And this just made me wonder if this actually happened. So I actually did some historical research to try and figure this out, and it turns out there was actually, I'm not sure, it seems like they were kind of rumors, but apparently Indians knew him as a village destroyer and everything, and he actually did do things like that, and that might have been something you learned in middle school, but it didn't stick with me until I learned it in a video game. So they can actually be educational, and they can make us look more into learning, like, and they can promote us to look into things. And it is parts like this that make this game series promote us to learn and seek more knowledge about these historical events. So video games can help guide us into learning new things. What is the harm in learning this way?